Hello everybody, my name is Retroliser and welcome back to Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box, where we have arrived in the phantom town of Falsense, which apparently has been able to avoid being able to be put on a map, amazingly enough.
This place gives me goosebumps.
Yes, I'd second that.
I'm sticking close to you two. Oh, these must be pictures of the town.
Indeed, and old ones from the look of it. Judging by their condition, I'd say they're at least 30 years old.
Wow, how do you know? Oh, that's right, you're an archaeologist. Of course you'd know.
Now, Luke, don't tell me you actually forgot. Well, we'd best press on. What on earth?
Professor, what was that?
Let's go. Ah. Oh my.
What's that?
Oh. Just what is going on here?
I don't know, but it's strange.
Minutes after Professor Layton, Luke and Flora's arrival in Falsense, the rundown train station transforms into a gleaming, ornately decorated building right before their eyes. What caused the sudden change to the station's appearance? Good question. Let's find out.
Following rumors of the Elysian box, the Professor, Luke, and Flora set foot in a strange town. But cautious as they were, nothing could have prepared them for the events to follow.
Well, let's go and press onwards. The Phantom Town of Falsense, Chapter 4. So this is the Phantom Town we heard about. It's like something from a horror novel. I find the place unsettling too, but we mustn't let that keep us from our investigation. Who knows what kind of valuable information we might find here about the Elysian box. Yes, good thing. The Professor, Luke and Flora decide to walk around the town. Well, that's great, I guess, but first things first, we must explore for hint coins. Where can we find hint coins, I wonder? Ah, there we go. That's 2. And where can we move onwards to? Oof. You okay there, Flora? Apparently she doesn't look well. You suddenly feel sick. You're as pale as a sheet. We'll find a place for you to rest straight away. I don't see any hotels around here. If they were here, you'd think there'd be a sign or something. Despite the lack of advertising, I'd say one of those buildings over there is a hotel. Oh, really? And now we're gonna seek out a hotel. Is it this place? Or not? Where's the hotel? In front of the town train station are 4 buildings standing in a row. One of these 4 is supposedly the local hotel, though it lacks a sign. Even so, if you study the area carefully, you should be able to tell which of the buildings is the hotel. Can you figure out which of these 4 buildings is the hotel in question? Well, I would first think that it would be, you know, the amount of rooms and, you know, I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 9 rooms on the greenhouse. In this one it's 3, 6, 7 rooms, and then the other one is 3, 6, 8, and then the other one is 9 again. Wait a second. That window. Hotel? Really?
Let's see if this works. Piece of cake.
The doors, window, and... well, the door, window, and windows of Building C spell out the word hotel. Why? You got the ingredient Dream Fluff for tea blends. Glorious. How are you doing, Flora? Feeling a little bit better? You think with a little rest you'll be back to your old self?
Flora, Luke and I are going back out to learn more about the town. Why don't you stay here for a while and rest?
Yes, well, you know, nothing wrong with another good nap after the one that you woke up from on the train. Do you think Flora's going to be alright? Well, she's hardly dying.
I wouldn't fret too much, Luke. She may just be exhausted from our long journey. I think our best course of action now is to gather what information we can. After all, a gentleman never keeps a lady waiting.
Flora has left the group. And now we're going to be exploring False Sense. A town which amazingly is capable of remaining off the map.
Everything I've seen leads me to believe that Dr. Schrader visited Folsense. The Elysian box and the facts we need to solve the mystery of his death are close by. I am sure of it.
Well, it's a possibility, Luke. It's a possibility. After all, well, at least as far as we can tell, the Elysian box is connected to Folsense, which would mean that it could perhaps be a possession that remains here? You know, like the resting place of the Turin Shroud, for instance. I don't actually know where they keep the Shroud, but I assume that, you know... oh! The Mona Lisa. Its resting place is the Louvre, and, you know, you'd expect that if it was to go walkabout, it would actually be put back there. Oh well. Lead the way, Professor. Yes, let's move onwards, although let's first see if we can find some hint coins. Oh, amazing. It must be the windows that contain hint coins. Any more for any more? Whoopsie. Apparently not. Oh well. Let's move onwards. Mark my words, Samuel, it's here in town, I can guarantee that. You are to scour every inch of this place and bring it back to me at once. Got it? Oh boy. I don't know, it kind of sounds like a load of baloney to me. Oh dear. It appears that there are some issues going on in the family. It appears that they too are out on the hunt for something. Ah. Ooh. A book filled with locks. It's some variety of strange book. Perhaps someone dropped it while running about town. Get a load of this crazy cover. What's the symbol on it? Well, it looked to me like a ram. Although according to Layton, it's a goat. Huh. Although, to be fair, I mean, a ram is a female goat, so yeah, that would make sense. Oh well.
Still, this symbol is very intriguing.
Maybe somebody in that antique shop over there can tell us something about it. Well, it's a possibility. We now have the old diary option.
Oh, that's just grand.
Mr. Beluga's search. Beluga seems to be working Sammy like a dog, sending him all over town in a frantic search for some unknown item. It's unclear why Beluga would set up a secret train connected to Folsense, but it's clear this item is very important to him. What could it be? Good question. But first, let's move on to the local antique shop. Although, one thing we should do is perhaps search for hint coins. So let's check the street lights. Anything? Nothing as of yet. Maybe there aren't any here. Oh well, let's go inside. Ah, hello there, Inspector. I wonder how he got here. He wasn't on the train, was he? In fact, I don't think he got aboard of the train after it left. Ah, there's one hint coin. Anywhere else? Apparently not. Oh well. Inspector, tell me, where did you come from? Well, isn't it obvious? After some field work in Dropstone, I was able to deduce that this town and the Elysian box are linked. Dr. Schrader had stockpiled quite the stack of research on the Elysian box. The criminal I'm in pursuit of more than likely killed the doctor to get his hands on said box, so instead of chasing the man, I decided to chase the box. When I find it, I shall find the culprit. Yes, well, there we go then. No, sir, not a word. Good, because I've got no time for idle chit-chat. I've got a murderer to catch and cart back to London. Come along, Barton, we're leaving. Yes. Seeing individuals of the Metropolitan Police Service kicking around is hardly, you know, helpful. Now, let's see what we've got. Still nothing? Oh, well, let's have a chat to the individual who runs this establishment. Mr. Dawson. Am I out shopping for anything in particular? No, we're here for information on the Elysian box. Oh dear, here we go with that box again. You know, you're the third party to ask about it today. Oh? Those two detectives you saw were just asking about it, and half an hour ago there was a young lady. She seemed interested in knowing whether anyone had been searching for the box round town. Huh. Oh, she was quite the beauty. She wasn't a local, but she had a face that just seemed familiar. And the officers, well, they said they were on a official police investigation. One of my visitors, I forget who, mentioned something about the box having quite a history behind it. If the thing was ever in Falsense, it might be worth checking out at the Herzen Museum. Yes, where might we find this museum? Just look for the big building in the middle of town a ways to the north. The museum houses a wealth of documents celebrating the history of our town. Delightful. Would you mind if I took a look at that book you've got there? Oh, you mean the diary? The construction is quite unusual for a book of its age. Lovely work and very rare, I'd say. Would you happen to know anything about its symbol? Perhaps it's a family crest of sorts. I must confess, what drew my eye to the book was its locks. Old gadgets always fascinate me. You might be able to turn the locks with any old key you stumble upon. Why don't we try if this key works? Oh. Well, very well. Thank you very much, good sir. We can now go and read 2 of them. Oh, don't worry. We still have the book and we can certainly investigate it later. But firstly, let's have a quick looky at the actual book itself. And then... diary. Yes. Alright, first entry. I met the most enchanting girl at the ball we held last night. These parties are usually a complete bore, but her presence changed all that. As the Duke's son, the unfortunate reality is that most people are either unnaturally polite or fawning toward me. But this girl was warm and real, and she treated me like anyone else. It was very refreshing indeed, and I do hope to see her once more. I had the great fortune of bumping into that girl from the ball again today. She's the daughter of some fancy lord or another, and it shows. Her intellect is matched only by the grace she displays. To be honest, I'm quite taken with her, and have already started courting her. However, I fear father seems less than pleased with the idea. Oh, great, it's one of these tales, is it? Oh well. Close up the trunk and let's move onwards. I've heard all about you, Missy. I know you've been asking around town about that box. Oh dear. And before you say anything, I don't care who your dear old dad is. No one's above the law. In my eyes, anyone out chasing the Elysian box moves to the top of my suspects list. Oh dear. Sir, if you wouldn't mind. And what is it, Barton? Can't you see him in the middle of something here? Yes, about that, sir. The criminal we seek killed a man to obtain the Elysian box, so the villain should have it already. If the young lady was our culprit, she'd have no need to ask around about the box. Smart man! See? The man's a genius. Terribly sorry, sir. Please forgive my momentary lapse in judgment. Oh dear. And last time I checked, it was actually truncheons that we have in the United Kingdom. That's the girl we saw back at the station in Dropstone. No, it was Katya. Indeed, Mr. Layton. Well, Professor. Well, we might as well head onwards. Oh, hello there. I know this man. Yes, it's good old Stacken. Stacken Scarfen. Yes, we know you. And I know fate because that's what's brought you, me, and that swell tea set of yours together. Now that we're all reunited, I say we celebrate with a cup of tea. Brew me something nice, would you? Yes, why not? That's right, whippersnapper, but nothing fancy. A cup of Bell Classic will do the trick. Ah. All you need is some oasis leaf, a little brisk berry, and a sprinkle of bell tart seed. Alright then. So let's see. Oasis leaf. What was this? Brisk berry and bell tart seed. There we go. Alright. Let's see what we've got. One pot of tea coming right up. Oh, it's a little sour and a little sweet. Yum. I certainly have to tip my hat to this tea's drinkability. I imagine it would be delicious cold as well. Yep, and since it's nice and light, I bet just about anyone would be happy to have a cup. Yes. I myself am partial to its lovely fruity aftertaste. Oh, well, that's just grand. Let's go and serve up right now. Here we go. What do you have? Fantabulous! A smile spreads across Stacken Scarfen's face. He seems restored and cheerful. Not a bad cup of tea you make, Shorty. Of course, you wouldn't have pulled it off without my expert direction, so don't get cocky. You know, this town is filled with thirsty folks. You got the tea set, so the way I see it, it's your responsibility to help the people. If you manage to help everyone out with a tea break, good things will happen. This I promise. Huh. What do you think? How much good can we really do with one cup of tea? Oh, a fair bit, Luke. A gentleman never underestimates the power of a hot cup of tea. Well, spread the wealth? Ha! Don't be so fucking daft. Now, who's this young chap? Golly, you two sure are running around a lot. Makes me tired just watching you. Why don't you rest a spell with this puzzle I got here? Oh boy, flowerbed fun. Here are 4 circular flower beds, each with a radius of 10 feet. The way they're arranged forms a space between them. Can you find the area in square feet of the section coloured red below? Ignore the width of the border around the flower beds when calculating your answer. Ah. I see. Well, it's a very nice diamond shape. Wee. See? Diamond. And so does, this thing here. Wee. There we go. See? Beautiful, sort of strange diamondy thing. But that doesn't really help me in finding out. Ignore the width of the border around the flower beds when calculating your answer. Okay. Here are 4 circular flower beds, each with a radius of 10 feet. The way they're arranged forms a space between them. Can you find the area which is the space between them and one of the flower beds? Is it... Could it be that maybe I could transform this into a square? Maybe I could. I mean, think about it. If you put a line there, and another line just there, you've got yourself some very nice curved corner pieces that you can then apply to the circle and turn it into a square. So what if, considering that the radius of the circle can also be used to match that of a square, perhaps we can calculate it from that. So 20 squared equals 400. So let's try that. 400. Et voila!
And now to test my theory.
Hey!
A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Indeed. Nice job. The red section has an area of 400 square feet. If you quarter the space between the flower beds and fit the pieces to the circle as shown on the diagram on the right, you can turn the circle into a square. Once you do, the sides of the square will have the same size as the radius. Well, as double the radius. Golly, you ran through that puzzle so fast it made my head spin. You're one of those people who does everything all slick-like, huh? I get tired just thinking about it. Oh, you got the ingredient pepper cherry. That's just fantastic. However, I'm afraid it is time to go and end it there, ladies and gentlemen, for I have run out of time. But don't worry, we'll be back soon enough. But if you can't wait until then, do please check out the selection boxes on my left, or go to the channel itself. There is plenty more to be seen. Thank you very much once more for watching, and of course from me, ta-ta!